Hello. Different mic, same fat asshole. Welcome to another episode of the Husky Bible podcast. This is your Husky Bible Ariel. Hopefully video does work this time. I hope to God it doesn't fucking freeze on me. And the reason I can go out and start cussing right away out of the gate is because we can't get demonetized because nobody watches this shit. Yay! So, nobody watches this. I mean, who watches this? I don't know. Nobody. Hope you guys are well. Hope everything is well. If you like this type of brand of entertainment, quote unquote, subscribe, review, say something. Let me know that someone is actually listening or watching or doing both, because this podcast is being, out in the ether in a lot of places. It's an Apple Podcast, Spotify, Castbox, Google Podcast, and different other places as well. So, options, there are many where you can catch this podcast, and I've done my best in order to get it out there in terms of, options, but promotion. Well, how can I put this in a very delicate manner without, outing myself? I'm broke as fuck. Okay. I don't have money for promos and shit. This is basically gonna grow out of word of mouth, and at that point, I will probably be dead by the time this thing actually becomes profitable, I guess. Which is basically the story of my life. Jug of water. Jug of water. Water. There you go. For the benefit of those with video, you could be watching this on YouTube with the shitty 760 quality or whatever the fuck quality this computer decides to record, which I am surprised that so far has not crashed, but fingers crossed. So, how you guys are doing? Hope you are all well. Me, surviving, getting very little sleep, but that's old news. That's something tell me something I don't know. What can I tell you that you don't know? I don't know. Can't read minds. So, hope that everything is well. This has been a week. What kind of shit can I talk about that's been on my mind this week? Because it's not that I shut off during the week and say I have nothing. What should I talk about and bitch about on my podcast that I haven't bitched about before? Yeah, because those are the thoughts that keep me up at night. Those are the things that motivate me to pursue a career in journalism and and whatnot. No, Gina Carano's still fired, and she's still with Ben Shapiro, and good luck to her and all her future endeavors. What I have been noticing lately is that a lot of, I don't know if you know, I'm going to talk very ignorant here, and for a guy that actually has a couple of channels on YouTube, this sounds very moronic on my end, but story of my life. Do you know that YouTube algorithm monitors you and provides you entertainment according to what they deem to be your worldviews? The reason I ask this question is because I've been noticing that as of late, I've been getting the most right-wing fucking YouTubers. Well, not right-wing per se, but, anti-woke. Let's call them that. Anti-woke. Which I can kind of consider myself that because, I got no problem with people being them and living their life according to what they see themselves fit to do so. And if they feel that that is the life that they choose to live, well, God bless. God help you, guide you, and good luck. But other than that, I don't know what else to tell you, man. I really don't know. So, but then again, I get these guys like mostly gamers and Star Wars, which, by the way, is the worst fandom in the world. I shit you not. This is the worst fandom in the world, and now you have to add comic book fans. I mean, it's a give and take right there because it kind of serve the same masters there. I mean, literally, because Disney owns 50% of the comic book market and Marvel, and they pretty much own Star Wars. And it's just now that they've been kind of hitting the mark with the Mandalorian, and because God knows that the last three movies that they've done, has not necessarily warmed the heart of every single member of the fandom. Me, in my defense, and let's not go there because we already tread those waters before. The thing is, if you haven't noticed, if you've been living under a rock and you're not a nerd, Star Wars fans bitch about everything, and the thing is that lately I've been getting YouTube reviewers in terms of gamers and them giving their point of view of what happened with the Gina Carano situation and the current state of Star Wars. And I got to tell you, I mean, there's some points I agree with them. Like, for example, the firing of Gina Carano and the way that it was done, I don't think that did anybody any favors. It made Disney or Lucasfilm in this case particular look like assholes because they fired a person for having an opinion, a dumb one into a point. But I mean, people have done worse in their tweets than that, and they were just looking for an excuse to fire them. So you right away outing yourself as the most woke motherfuckers under the God's green earth, and you automatically alienate yourself to a very big chunk of your audience because guess what? The entire world is not woke. The entire planet is not woke. There's a good percentage of people that still hold to their old fashioned values. And they're not going to be bullied into you're going to accept this fucking lifestyle or take it up the ass and you're going to like it and you're going to say thank you sir, thank you master, and you're going to pour some whipped cream in there. Why am I getting so descriptive? As have I lived this before? Let's not change the subject. Anyway. So yeah, and I've been getting these guys that do these reviews, and they're very hardcore in their beliefs. God bless. God knows I've talked my share of shit here, and I don't get not even a 0.0% of the woof that these guys get. So God bless them. I guess rattling cages is the trick to do, but I don't have that energy. I don't have that mentality. I don't give a fuck about that kind of shit because. Look, the world is divided enough as is. Can we just fucking find some godforsaken common ground in something? I mean, not everything has to be hate, 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 hate. I hate you, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you. Find some fucking common ground. Like, for example, I won't name the YouTuber because it's not name dropping and shit, but for example, we're going to do our WandaVision review. Yes, I know you've been waiting for that. The final episode. You can't enjoy WandaVision until I give you the review, right? Anyway, I saw this YouTuber give his take on the last episode, and like he dissected it like if this happened in the real world. And I understand where he's coming from, pointing out the plot holes, something that has been done to death to DC movies. Like DC movies, like have gaping plot holes that you can like put freight trains over through them. Like 18 freight trains side by side can go through them and won't hit the walls of the plot holes. This analogy. Anyway, and he's doing the exact same thing where he finds that the WandaVision story had some plot holes, and the ending he found it wanting, And I guess that, after all the fanfares, me included, I mean, I was definitely one that thought, the aerodynamic engineer that Monica Rambeau's friend was going to be Reed Richards. Wasn't him. Oh, they got Evan Peters, Quicksilver from the X-Men universe. Spoilers. You don't even want to fucking know. You don't even want to fucking know. Oh, God, you don't even want to fucking know. You really don't want to know. Anyway, he pointed out his point of views and what he thought about what was WandaVision. And he has the right to feel the way he wants to. I mean, it's obviously you're not going to please everybody when you do a piece of art, a piece of fiction. And the creators of the series, God bless, they did their job. And I personally happen to like the ending. I liked how it concluded. Then again, I'm no fucking writer. I don't know how to do shit. I'm barely trying to do a comic book on my end right now. I mean, I've written the basic parts of the first 2 issues, and that's pretty much it. Until then, I haven't done anything else. I've drawn a couple of pages, and that's it. So, me trying to criticize people that do this under millions and millions of dollars in budget, it's like, go fuck yourself, Ario. You don't know dick. Leave this to professional hands and shut the fuck up and stay in your little corner and just be a good boy and digest and be spoon-fed whatever the fuck Disney, Marvel, whatever the fuck wants to serve you, and be a good boy about it. So that's how I feel. Bend over and take it like a bitch. Anyway, but that being said, I give the longest parentheses under God's green earth, and it's a wonder why none of you watch me. Anyway, the thing is that having your opinion, that's fine, but fucking hatred, vitriol. I guess again and again, I'm rambling here. I guess he does it in order to get reviews and whatnot, or maybe he genuinely feels that way, and that's it. You really feel passionate about it, and that circles down to a lot of things that I've talked about in the past. That you're a fanboy. Everybody's a fanboy of something. Like the people that criticize people like me, that like I'm a 42-year-old man, and there's my Funko collection. Let me just move on the side a little bit, and if you're watching the video, you can see there's my Funko collection. There you go. There's a bunch of 42-year-old man, and he has fucking toys in his office. What can I say? I enjoy it. I enjoy this shit. I like it. There's a part of me that still enjoys this shit. And if I can turn the camera over here, which I can't because it's kind of fixed, I can show you that I have Bibles. And I collect Bibles. Why? Because theology is still a very important part of my life. And even though a lot of shit has come into my life and made me question a bunch of other shit in my life, I still haven't renounced the idea that there might be a creator out there. Because guess what? All of us humans, all of us, we have ideas, and you're allowed to have these ideas. I mean, you have a brain, and fuck, it explores ideas. That's what we do. We explore ideas. We try to go behind it and try to search for fucking truth, which is basically the endeavor of every human being that you should be doing. Seeking out truth, looking out for truth. And yeah, religion has bullshit in it. But guess what? Every fucking single thing on this earth is marred with bullshit. Everything. Doesn't mean that everything is bullshit. There's some truth to it. There's some good stuff into it. But then there's some bullshit. Why? Because you got the number one bullshit artist in the world meddling with that shit. Guess who's that number one bullshit artist? And I raise my hand in representation of the human race. Us human beings are fucking full of shit. And we merge things, everything, any good thing that is in the world, we fill it with shit. Case in point. If you're not a theologian, but you might be aware of the alleged story in the Bible. Alleged story. I say that for my atheist friends. The story in the Bible where it talks about the creation of Adam and Eve, and that God created Adam out of the dirt and gave him life. By the way, there's a church that's divided over whether Adam had a belly button or not. Hope you're not one of those people. It does give, and what's my conclusion? Who gives a fuck if whether he had a belly button or not? It's non-conclusive to the story. It has nothing to do with the fucking story itself. But you want to wrap yourself in a little bubble with that idea, whether he had a belly button or not? Be my fucking guest. The real head twister is coming up next. So, you know how the Bible translate that God saw that Adam had, like I'm talking to you all, like you all been to church, like, oh yeah, all of you know the Bible. All of you read this thing. Anyway, Adam, saw that all the animals in the garden had a mate, and he was like, "Well, where's my side beef? Where's my side beef? Where's mine?" And God was like, "Oh yeah, damn, I forgot about that shit." Paraphrasing. I guess you would like that version of the Bible better, like a more humble God, like, "Oh yeah, I fucked up." I guess Christians are gonna love this part of the story. Anyway. So you know how the Bible says that God put Adam to sleep and then he removed a rib. Turns out, through modern theologians, that they found out, because you have to understand that one, the Bible was translated from dead languages that are no longer being used in the current time in the world. Two, the original manuscripts don't exist. Because what we have are copies of copies of copies of copies. And three, when the Septuagint, or whatever the fuck you call it, I don't know, when the Latin version of the Bible was written, let's say that they saw the original text and they did as good as a translation as they could. But you have to understand, these translations were written to the Septuagint, or whatever the fuck. When they were written to Latin, the writers were very prune. And when they saw certain things that they didn't like, they kind of changed the meaning of it. So that's a 3-part kind of explanation as to why this is going to happen. And I explained it before and I'm burying the lead, but here it goes. So what they discovered is that it wasn't actually a rib. And I'm smiling now because this is some dirty ass shit. What they discovered is that, oh God, let me just get a refresher. Oh my God, let me get a refresher. Okay, yeah. There you go. So, the part that God took was the baculum. The baculum, and if you need a refresher, what a baculum is, well, most mammals have a baculum. What is a baculum? It is literally a dick bone. Most mammals have bones on their dick. So what the theologians are saying is that human beings were made with a bone in their shaft, in their dick, and God put a man to sleep, and he's like, okay, how the fuck am I going to make a woman? Oh, okay. Let me take the bone of his dick and make it. God made women out of dick. God made women out of dick. So there you go. Some Jesuits or whatever. No, there was no Jesuits. Some friar was reading this part. Was like, that cannot be. How would the Lord make female out of a man's manlyhood? No, let's say he took it from the rib. Okay, cancel for sure. Oh, fuck. Hey, look it up. You'll find this to be true. I'm sorry, I'm not making this shit up. I am not making this shit up. I'm sorry if you feel that I'm. He must be making that shit up. No, I'm not. And you know what? I love that shit. I love it. I love it. Why? Because it shows that, oh, the Bible is inerrant. Look, human translation is inerrant. As someone that believes in God and believes that the Word of God is inspired by God, it's not that God came down himself and wrote the son of a bitch. It's not that. It's just that he inspired people to write about him. It's not that he sat down and gave him dictation. It's the book is inspired by him, but it wasn't literally written by him. So what you got in the Bible is his inspiration, his spirit, his essence in it. And it's not something that you can take everything out of it to these days in terms of, like, for example, the Leviticus laws or the laws in the Old Testament. Like, that's some hardcore fucking shit. If you want to live the Bible as it is, as it says in the book, and you want to go that Old Testament mentality, be my fucking guest. Let me see how that shit works out for you. Let me know. So you find a woman that is fucking another dude that's married. So what are you going to stone her to death? Let me know how that works out for you. Dude, I mean, chill out. And that's a very fucking difficult thing to say about religion. But guess what? That you're going to have to say that shit with everything now, because everything has become a fucking religion. Star Wars fans view Star Wars as a religion. Woke people view their views as fucking religion. Everybody's become a religious asshole. Even atheists have become religious assholes. So guess what? Us religious assholes, we're here first. But now y'all joined the fucking party. We all talking the same fucking language now. Assholeville.com. Beep beep. We're all assholes. It's just a different point of view. That's all. So this kind of proves my fucking point on everything, that it's not the ideology. Because if you take the Christian portion of what is believing in the deity, and you take the Christian value of it, what Jesus was trying to impart, that shit is perfect. And excuse me if I don't call that shit that is holy. I'm trying to express something. If you want to be so tight ass about my expressions, go fuck yourself. Okay? There. I helped you out a little bit there. Go fuck yourself. Because I'm not trying to be PC about it. I'm trying to express myself, and I'm not trying to be offending God or the essence of God or whatnot. And I'm not trying to say God is not holy. I'm just saying, calling it shit as like saying vaina, cosa in Spanish. I'm not trying to be hardcore about it, okay? So chill the fuck down. Maybe right there a little bit. So, but what I'm trying to say is that every single group on earth that has a belief, that own up to something, that likes something, even fucking baseball teams. Like here in DR, we have religions on every little subdivision to a T. Las Águilas, El Licey. That is fucking World War III shit once the baseball season starts here. It is fucking bananas. It is fucking crazy. It is unbelievably unsufferable, and I don't like to deal with that shit. So, there you go. Human beings, we are fucking dicks. But let's go into the WandaVision review, because that's what you're listening to me or viewing me anyway. So, spoilers! This is the fucking final episode of WandaVision. If you haven't seen the series and do not want to be spoiled, this is your chance now to pause or stop viewing this or listening to this and go watch your shit, get up to date, watch it completely, even the credits, because there's bonuses. And then you can come back and join in the party for those of us on the know. So, again, you've been warned. And I'm going to talk spoiler free now in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Wanda becomes the Scarlet Witch. Conclusion. There you go. Yeah, basically. She fights off Agatha, displays her powers, finally learning to let loose and become who she really is. Vision fights Vision. Wanda Vision versus Sword resurrected Vision. And what I liked about that is that they stopped the fight over reasoning, which is fucking robotic and logical. So they stopped beating the fuck out of each other to reason with each other. And Wanda's Vision reasons with resurrected Vision, with the White Vision, and lets him know what's going on. And Wanda's Vision makes him remember everything that happened to him. Because he look, all those memories are stored in there somewhere. So made him remember everything, and you see it in a glimpse. Every single fucking thing that happened to Vision is there. So apparently, Vision got reacquainted with himself and got the fuck out of Dodge. The resurrected Vision, or the White Vision, and Wanda's Vision stayed in, and while Agatha started fighting Wanda. So Agatha's plan is revealed that what she wanted is to drag Wanda into a fight, because if you remember the episode where Agnes reveals, they show her origin, is that Agnes, she can absorb other witches' powers. So now you understand why that flashback was shown, is so that you can have context of what her powers are. Her powers are witch absorbing powers, I guess. So she absorbs. What she's trying to do is absorb Wanda's power, which is a lot, and Wanda is suffering the consequences of it. And Wanda tries to fuck with her, doing the mind trick that she did to the Avengers in Age of Ultron. Like sending her back to her past, reliving her past memory. But it backfires on her, and all the witches that wanted to kill Agatha in her memory and Agatha's memory go against Wanda, because Wanda is the Scarlet Witch. The Scarlet Witch. Apparently, that she is something not to be fucked with or taken lightly in the witch world, so they wanted to fuck her up. So Wanda goes back, escapes that, and Wanda then is confronted by the members of the village, because Agnes I'm jumping all over the place. I'm not doing it verbatim, beat by beat. I'm jumping all over the place. I'm basically a Tarantino movie. This shit. All my reviews on everything that I do is a Tarantino movie. It doesn't have a beginning and end. It's just scrambled all over the place. Just letting you all know. So Agnes at one point frees some of the people in Westview from Wanda's hex, and they're like, "Please let us go. My kid, is locked in her room, and she is having your nightmares. So you're torturing our kids." So they kind of guilt shame Wanda to stop the hex, and Wanda agrees, but by doing so, her kids and Vision are disappearing. So she reestablishes everything, because she's seeing her kids and Vision dying. So she undoes that. That was before Vision and Vision had their come to Jesus meeting. If you don't understand that term, go watch the Steve Austin podcast. Jug of water, the last one. Anyway, so Wanda keeps fighting. So Wanda's pissed, and after they leave that mind trick that Wanda did to Agnes, they start fighting in the sky high. You know what that means. And she kind of starts hitting Agnes with everything she got, and by doing so, she is losing her power and getting old and crippled. But she's also shooting at the walls of the hex. That's kind of important. Thing. And what she did is she fucking did the exact same thing Agnes did to her. She set up a room, the hex, put the markers on the walls of the hex, and basically Wanda repeated verbatim everything that Agnes told her. When whoever puts the markings on the wall is the witch that can use her powers, so the other witch has no powers. So therefore, Wanda outsmarted Agnes and took all of her power and overpowered her. And now Wanda lets out her fucking sonic boom and Super Saiyans herself into Super Saiyan God or Ultra Instinct, whatever the fuck you want to use the analogy, and becomes the Scarlet Witch with the full-fledged Scarlet Witch uniform. Well, the MCU version of the Scarlet Witch uniform. And, with the headpiece and all. So, and now Wanda has all the powers. Now, I forgot the Evan Peters reveal, just so that I don't forget. Like I said, it turned out to be a fucking disappointment. Monica is still locked in with the Evan Peters Quicksilver shit, and he still has his powers. Then we find out that this Evan Peters character is the infamous Ralph that Agnes keeps talking about. You know how Agnes keeps talking, oh, my husband Ralph. He's Ralph. He's literally Ralph. I forgot the last name, but it's supposed to be like a joke, like Ralph Balls, something like that. And Monica was able to break the hex because the necklace that he's been wearing, that's where Agnes has been controlling Ralph. And apparently he was a member living in Westview. So he broke the hex with that. So Monica went outside to try to help Wanda. But Wanda already took care of business. And so, like I said, White Vision, or Resurrected Vision, got the fuck out of Dodge. Vision and the kids are alive and well. And, the sword guy, a.k.a. the Dick, the major of our Uber Dick, tries to shoot the kids and shoot Wanda. But Monica saves the kids, and the kids and the kids also were able to stop the bullets that the fucking Dick from Sword was trying to do. Then this dude tries to commandeer a Jeep and crash on the kids, but Darcy, Kat Dennings, fucking beautiful Kat Dennings. Yeah, I got a crush on her. Go fuck yourselves. Anyway, she crashes the dude and rams him into a fucking wall and catches him, so that way he can't escape. And basically, Wanda says that she will release the hex, release everybody. What that means is that Vision and the kids will be no more. Her version of Vision and the kids will be no more. So she says her goodbyes to the kids. They go back home. They put them back to sleep. She tells them how proud she is of them and thanks them for letting her be her mom, letting them be her mom. Wanda and Vision say their goodbyes, and she puts everything back out as it was. And then Wanda goes back, says her goodbye to Monica just when the FBI comes in, and Wanda also gets the fuck out of Dodge. So that's how the series ends. Two after credit scenes. One after credit scene is that turns out that the person that was next to Hayward, aka the Dick from Sword, was a Skrull and is working with Nick Fury, and apparently she was undercover to find out what the fuck was going on, and she lets Monica Rambeau know that Nick wants her to go upstairs, meaning wherever the fuck Nick Fury was at the end of Spider-Man Far From Home. So setting up a potential, Captain Marvel 2 kind of scenario. And the second post-credit scene is right after the credits, which is Wanda living in a very secluded area. I think it looks like almost Sokovian, living in a cabin preparing tea. While she's doing so, the camera pans out, goes inside the house, and you see her in her astral form, dressed as a Scarlet Witch, reading all the magic books there is to know, so that way she's acquiring knowledge. And you can also hear Tommy and Billy, her sons, screaming, and it seems that she is finding a way to bring them to the real world. So that's how it ends. So sets up Monica Rambeau, yeah, for Captain Marvel 2, and sets up Wanda for a Doctor Strange fucking multiverse shit. So there was no payoff for X-Men, no payoff for anything. It's just, straight up, it's done. And I'm not going to talk about plot holes because, God's sake, that's fucking boring. Just learn to enjoy shit for what it is, enjoy fucking series. Like, you're trying to find logic in fucking comic book shit. There is no fucking logic in it. It is. You just take it and enjoy the shit that you see. If there's something you don't like, then you're allowed to not like it. You're allowed to have an opinion on it, and fine, I'm able to let you live. It's not that you need my permission to live. What was what Bane said to Batman? When Gotham is now the ashes, then you will have my permission to die. It's not like that, but you know what I mean. Anyway, speaking of Bane and talking to Batman, I'm going to do a little review here from one of my favorite, if not my favorite, graphic novel, which wasn't intended to be a graphic novel. It was a comic book. This is an old one, The Dark Knight Returns from Frank Miller. It is my favorite Batman story, or not one of my favorite Batman stories, and I'm showing it here in camera so you can see that I actually own this copy. And it's an old trade paperback. There you go. It's an old trade paperback. I know they've done a new version. You can tell it's old because it has the old DC logo on it, the old school 80s, 70s DC logo on it. I love it. It is where the dark version of Batman began, and basically the inspiration on Batman v Superman's version of Batman is because this Batman also fucking slaughters motherfuckers, cripples motherfuckers, scares the living shit out of motherfuckers. That's what he does. And goes to an all-out war with Superman. So basically your inspiration and that mecha suit. And if you've been watching the Snyder Cut, the tank that shows up, it's in here too as well. So all that shit is inspired on this book, on this comic. So if you're able to purchase it, either physically or in copy, please do so. It's a fucking read. It's good. It's great. I enjoy it. It is a good comic. I hardly recommend it. Especially, I like the trade paperback version because it shows you shit that was not published. Like, for example, these are sketches, Frank Miller sketches that he did. Here's our outlines that he wrote and art that he drew, like designing the character and whatnot from the time. So I don't know if you can get this specific version of the trade paperback. I mean, you can get it on Amazon and whatever the fuck online. No code for that. You just do it. I really enjoy that comic. Can't give you a blow-by-blow review because I already did WandaVision, and that's more time exhausting, and I think I've already taken enough of your time. So, new mic. Well, not actually new. I've been having this mic for a while. Sounds good. I like it. Think I'm going to keep this one. So, thank you once again for watching and listening to me. For God's sakes, what reason, I don't know, but you are, and I'll keep doing this shit. Not because I want an audience, not because it's just that it's like I've said before, this is something I feel that I need to do. I need to spill my shit out to the world in a way that, I should call this and really change the name of this podcast to Schrodinger's Podcast. Like, if you listen to it, is it actually a podcast or not? Is it a podcast if nobody knows that this exists? These are very philosophical, deep questions. So anyway, this has been the Husky Bad and also remind you to please go to my TeePublic store and I will show you let me see, right here, right there. For those of you who are watching on video, right there, you're watching there. Yeah, you're seeing the website there and all the designs. I would like to thank AOL, Time Warner, or whatever the fuck are the owners of Warner Brothers for removing all my Superman and DC related t-shirt designs that I did. Because, yeah, I was making a bank load of money with that shit. Anyway, there are other designs there, so go ahead, enjoy yourself, and support. That's basically the only way you're really able to support me in any way, shape, or form, and hopefully get more equipment and not get these fucking shitty microphones that make so much goddamn fucking noise, annoys the living shit out of me. So again, this has been the Husky Badboo. This has been Ariel. Thank you for watching and thank you for listening. Hit that subscribe button. Please follow me on all the social medias. You've probably been watching somewhere scrolling down here if you've been watching the video version. So again, thank you. This has been the Husky Badboo. This has been Ariel. Thank you and goodbye.